Welcome once again to the Movies and Stuff podcast. My name is Dan, and with me this week is the man who still bought CDs from Columbia House, Abe.
To this day.
How's that working out for you now?
It's a penny, man. It's a penny.
Today's episode, Gentlemen Broncos. I found this movie to be a quirky comedy. It's from Jared and Jerusha Hess. Same team that created oddball films such as Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre. First time I heard about this film was actually about a year ago when I interviewed Sam Rockwell for the show. And when I finally saw the movie, I couldn't believe how much I enjoyed it. I am not a fan of Napoleon Dynamite, and I had no interest in seeing Nacho Libre. But something about Gentlemen Broncos just really, really worked for me. It's a bizarre, surreal film at times. It's got some wacky, the craziness that you would expect from the same person who made Napoleon Dynamite. But there's some just fantastic characters, some terrific performances, and at its core, I find it to have a lot of heart. Now you, Abe, you had a hard time wrapping your head around this one when you first saw it. What are your thoughts on it?
I still can't wrap my head around it. I still, to this day, I don't know what this movie is. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I don't understand what they're parodying. I don't understand what they're making fun of. I have no idea. I don't get it, Dan.
Well, let's do a little breakdown.
Let's break it down.
Let's break down a little bit. Okay. Did you enjoy the characters?
I enjoyed some of the characters, yes.
Okay. Did you enjoy the performances?
Oh yeah, I think across the board the movie is about as well acted as it could be. Yeah.
Right. Now the story. Did you like the core story? The basic story?
What is the core story here? It starts off about a boy and, trying to write. That's the core story.
Here's the core story. I'll give it to you like a couple sentences. It's a kid who's kind of a loser. He lost his dad, and he ends up writing this terrific science fiction story that gets stolen by his idol. That's the bare bones plot of it. There's so much other stuff going on, but that's the bare bones plot of it.
That plot kind of gets lost after a while in that film, though, I think.
I don't think so. I think it's so prevalent in there, and then. I don't want to get too much into the ending because there's probably a lot of people that haven't seen this that might want to see it. I think the ending is so fantastic. I think it's a great ending, and I don't know. There is a lot of stuff going on. Don't get me wrong. There's the whole deal with his mother trying to get her clothing line funded.
Yes.
Going to the rich guy's house. That's weird, I admit.
Yeah.
You have them trying to make the movie of his book.
Right. It's people separate from the guy that actually stole the book.
Exactly.
This is a whole other second, And then you have Chevalier, who is doing these conventions and these signings and stuff like that after making his book that he stole a huge success. Yes.
And then interwoven between all of that are elements of the book, cutaways, if you will, acted out wonderfully by Sam Rockwell.
And the clever part about that is it's presented in one way or the other, depending on which author we're getting it from.
Exactly. Bronco or Brutus.
Yes.
Interesting story. And this actually came about when, I interviewed Sam, was how he ended up playing both is he read it and he's like, well, who's playing Brutus? And they're like, well, we haven't cast that. He's like, well, I want to play both. He just wanted to play both. And, Jared Hess has said, he's like, if it was anyone but Sam, I think we would have had another actor playing Brutus. It's amazing. And
He did well,
Rockwell was. I thought he was brilliant. I thought he was brilliant. I thought Jermaine Clement, amazing as Chevalier. Was he your favorite character?
Oh yeah, hands down.
So good.
I love him doing that James Mason or I don't know, Michael York kind of bad, hoity voice. It's just very interesting. It was a very good performance.
A little Orson Welles-ian.
Maybe so, yeah.
A little bit.
It's just so pompous. It's got everything figured out, you know. If you just add, I forget if it's prefixes or suffixes.
It's the suffixes.
Yes, he has it all.
Ennius, and Onius, Annis. Yeah. No, it's funny too. Is that Hess physically based that Chevalier off of himself.
That's funny.
People on the set would say, "Huh, doesn't Jermaine kind of look like Jared right now?" You know. I don't know, man. I feel that, you know, Rockwell and Clement were the 1-2 punch, but I love the ensemble cast. I thought it was fantastic. I thought Benjamin, who's played by Michael Angarano, yeah, we'll say that, Michael Angarano. Terrible at pronouncing names. I thought he, you know, he was the strongest with his facial movements, and it's silly to say that, but he has some of the greatest reaction and facial movements that I've seen, and it's just cracking me up. It's like, you know, when the mother is crying in the car, and he just gets all, like, angry. And then you have the mother's boyfriend is a trip, too. He's got the fucking snake around his neck, and he's got a blow dart that he keeps dipping in poo.
I'm at a loss for words.
And then you have Jennifer Coolidge, who plays his mother, and probably know her as Stifler's mom from American Pie, but she's also in like a ton of those Christopher Guest movies as well.
She's hilarious in those, yeah.
She's fun, and I thought she was great in this. Héctor Jiménez plays the filmmaker, Lonnie.
He's stuck in that Joker grin.
He's a weird fucking dude.
No joke.
I'm sure everyone knows someone like Lonnie in their lives.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have nobody in my life like that.
That's because it is you.
Yeah, it could be. I'm that guy at the poker table.
And last but not least, our guest on this show is going to be Halley Feiffer, and she played Tabitha. Interesting character. I mean, she's some kind of like mix between a love interest and just a horrible, terrible person.
Yeah, she is. She's probably the most complex character in the whole movie.
You know, we spoke before about the science fiction aspects about this movie. And, you know, as cheesy as some of the scenes are, it's some great science fiction. I think Jared did a great job putting it together. He's a fan of science fiction. He wanted to do special effects when he was younger. And, you know, Jerusha isn't a fan of sci-fi, but she does enjoy Battlestar Galactica, so points in the plus column there, right, Abe?
There you go, yeah.
Now, do you feel that the film is making fun of science fiction, or is it embracing it and kind of almost like doing an homage to the genre?
I think, okay. It's interesting to look at. But again, I don't know what they're parodying. I don't know what they're trying to gently tease or make fun of. I don't know where this is coming from. I have no frame of reference in any of my science fiction watching or reading that would prepare me for, you know, a stag that flies through the air with missiles. I just don't have it. I don't know where this is coming from. And I feel like I'm on the outside and I can't quite appreciate it because of that.
Well, no. You're not on the outside. Let's rewind this.
Okay.
I'm going to give you some numbers now. We're going to talk about some numbers. $10 million budget.
Not bad. Not high, but
it made $118,000 worldwide.
Wow.
It currently has an 18% Rotten Tomatoes rating. Take that as you will. Mm-hmm. So it is not you on the outside, Abraham.
Apparently not.
It is me on the outside.
don't know, man. It's one of those things that I just connected to the movie. I really,
You just love
really,
you love the outlandish aspects of it. It just was going crazy, and you loved it.
No, not that. I love the story. I thought it was a touching story. I thought there was a lot of heart to that story.
At its core, yeah. But you're still on board with all the offshoots and the twists and turns the story takes?
Yes.
Okay.
I do not feel that it detracts from the story. I feel that it makes me like the characters more so. I don't know.
It's such a... I'm still struggling with the words. I've been thinking about this for days. It is such a strange film. And I don't say that lightly, I mean, I think Eraserhead's pretty straightforward. This is a strange film.
Now, did you get onto the whole Napoleon Dynamite craze? I didn't. I couldn't get into it.
I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why, it was played around the clock for some people. I don't know. It's like a reality show. I think it's to laugh at the people on the screen, just solely to make yourself feel better. That's what I think. Actually, I think I'm going to ask Haley about this, but I honestly believe the Hesses hate their characters.
Really?
I hate their characters. Yeah.
Oh,
the way they lock down the camera and just stare at them in this judgmental way. And they, I mean, this is not an empathetic camera. This is a cold, distant camera just to look at people and, I don't know, smugly look at them.
Oh, I doubt that. I don't think so.
No, you don't think so?
No, I don't. I think they genuinely love their characters. I think, and I didn't realize that they were Mormons until recently. Like, I was not aware of that. So maybe it is some kind of religious connotation to it where, I don't know, it's, you're trying to love and embrace everyone in the world, even though some of them are batshit crazy.
That could be.
Or maybe it's some kind of like a story of Job. It's like we want to put our characters through hell to make them better by the end.
Wow. That actually might work.
Maybe that's the case. I don't know. Like, I feel that the characters are better off at the end of this film than in the beginning.
Yeah. No, they are.
Tabitha's a much better person by the end of it.
Well, Chevalier
gets his comeuppance for not, doing the right thing.
Yes.
Think about it. He's the villain of it, and he gets his comeuppance. So I'm just saying there's a lot of heart there. And I love the title Gentlemen Broncos, and when I found out where the title came from, made me love it even more. And the name of the movie actually came from a book that Jared's mom had when he was a kid. And it was a parenting book from the 1950s. And it referred to this, 16 to 17-year-old phase of a boy as the Gentleman Bronco phase. And when you dissect it, it's like, well, they're trying to be a little bit more adult, but, they're also like these Broncos. They want to go out and kind of, But apparently the way the book describes it is the time where they want to take their shirts off to mow the lawn.
That's how they describe it?
That's how it's described in the book. It's the 50s, I mean.
That's interesting. That's a really interesting way. I challenge you and everyone who's listening who has a significant other to say, I'm going to take my shirt off and go mow the lawn. That should be our new euphemism at the Supernauts.
Oh, that's great. That's great. That's what I am. Hey, Ma, I'm going to take my shirt off and go mow the lawn. Terrible. I don't know if anyone actually goes out and intends to make cult films. Maybe John Waters does. Maybe John Waters' goal was to make, cult films. But it just seems that, Jared and Jerusha keep doing that. I think Gentlemen Broncos is a cult film.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And it's another one that, in their string of movies, that can be considered a cult film. I don't know, what do you think? Do you think it's intentional that they're trying to make these movies as cult films, or is it that this is just their personality and it only is going to, attract a small fraction of the world?
Yeah, I don't think they're setting out to make cult films. I think everybody wants success, especially a filmmaker. This is just who they are. They just have such this weird niche idea of what a story should be that it's only going to appeal to a very small percent of the population.
It's so crazy, man. The more I think about this movie, the more I think that it's a great film, and I think that it should have done better. And I don't understand why people don't like it. It's weird. I guess I do understand, but I don't fully understand that.
It's not that it's not watchable like a bad film. I just found it really frustrating. I'm not telling anybody they should not watch it. I think everybody should watch it. And tell me what's going on.
All right, so here's everyone's homework assignment. Watch the movie, and then you side with either me or Abe. Just end it all. Am I crazy to love this movie, Abe?
No, of course not.
No. Okay.
We're not, as you pointed out, we're just two guys that watch movies and talk about it. That's all we do. Is that if a movie connects with you, it connects with you. Nothing wrong with that.
It's no There Will Be Blood, is it?
Few things are. I'll say it's no Crank 2.
We're going to take a quick break. When we return, actress and writer Halley Feiffer will be joining us.